There's something about agriculture that we have such a direct connection with the food that we're growing before it ever goes anywhere else. You know, this is where it kind of starts before it's any value-added processing or anything like that. So I think as farmers we have a more personal connection with food than anybody else throughout the value chain, and we see where it's grown and we also eat it at home.
Recently it's become really evident that there is such a huge disconnect between consumers and producers. We just wanted to maybe help put a face to the food that's grown so they can look at it and say, oh, I know them, or I know people like them, and they grow the food that I'm going to eat and I'm going to feed to my family, so maybe it isn't so scary anymore.
We need to make sure that we're doing the right things to make sure that the land that we're farming improves over the long term. So that involves things like no-till. It does involve using the latest and greatest when it comes to crop genetics and pesticides too. They all go together. They're all tools to help us generate a farm that can last for more than a generation. The thing about modern agriculture is that the technology is changing really, really quickly, but these are all improvements. I think the consumer is getting bombarded with information that isn't necessarily backed up by science, and it's really important to us to be able to use all of the tools that we have available to us today. We need products like glyphosate, we need genetic modification, we need fertilizer, we need all these products because they enable us to be more sustainable in what we do, and they enable us to provide nutritious food in a way that's good for the environment too. As a third generation family farm, everything that we do on this farm is as a family. We have outside employees, but at harvest time, we all come together to take this crop off, and even family members that aren't directly connected to the farm anymore. So it's really important to us to operate this as a family unit so that when the next generation comes along, they have the opportunity to do the same thing. Our food has a story. What is yours? Share with us this October.